as you reflect on the various things you've learned and thought about during the course, I want to offer you the thought that you're actually completing a course that's somewhat unusual. And it's unusual in three ways. First, the obvious way, I suppose, is the human security focus. You know, there are courses, and an increasing number of courses, dealing with human security. But really, I'd say the majority at universities deal with other ways of looking at the world, such as international relations, public policy, and political science. So I want to just remind you, as you reflect on the course, that you have made individual humans the centerpiece of your studies. And I think that's really a great way to proceed. Kind of keeps us all grounded. The second thing that makes your course unusual is the way that you've been exposed to all elements of conflict resolution. You know, diplomatic, economic, military, nation building, legal. The fact of the matter is that most courses focus on one. So you've had, you know, all different tools. And I'll get to why that's important in a minute. The third reason why the course is unusual is that it tried to give a central role and a continuous role to nonviolent methods of conflict resolution. And I hope that the various videos and discussions that you had about nonviolent methods is something you'll keep with you. Nonviolent methods are not always appropriate, but hopefully, as you've seen, they often can be if properly organized, and I hope you will keep this particular method of conflict resolution in mind. Now, the reason that most courses focus on one area, that is to say, mostly about diplomacy in the case of one course, or mostly about military action in the case of another course, or most about the legal aspects, or most about the economic aspects in other courses, is because as you go forth in your career, and as others have before you, you will focus on one area. It's typical to begin out, you know, if you're in the State Department, you emphasize diplomacy. If you're in the Defense Department, you emphasize military and so forth. And therefore, oftentimes the people who study these issues also focus on the one area. While it's good to focus on one area, because obviously that's how you become most accomplished, I do believe that if you don't think about all of the other tools of conflict resolution, you can develop a predisposition or even a bias towards your particular method. In other words, diplomats give the primary place to diplomacy, and perhaps maybe they should be considering some other methods of resolution, you know, if they are at a high level and they need to think about all the different ways. Similarly, you know, with military people, those who deal with economic sanctions and so forth. So I think that by structuring the course the way that the course has been structured, it gives you the background to make the best conflict resolution policies, because you'll be thinking about a combination of different methodologies. I think it'll come very naturally to you. Now, I would say the best types of conflict resolution, as hopefully we've emphasized, are accomplished through informed analysis that appreciates the strengths and weaknesses of all the methods that we've discussed. So with that in mind, I wish you all best wishes for continued success in your studies and careers. I hope that this course and the other courses in the Human Security and Resilience program will be something you take with you and prove valuable as you move through your professions.